up? We're here at Norman's Rare Guitars. I'm here with the owner, Norm. Norm, first of all, this place is incredible. I saw a video once, Joe Bonamassa's house, and he had a room, like, one room was just filled with amps, another room has all of these guitars. It kind of reminds me of this. Is this sort of, like, that's his personal collection?
I've known Joe since he was 12.
Yeah.
And he's been a customer of mine. Actually, a lot of the stuff you see at his house came from me. I've sold Joe so many guitars and so many great amps and all that.
Original Gibson Flying V?
He's got 2 of them.
2 of them?
And there were only 91 made, and they're really big dollar guitars. And in fact, this is a reissue of the Flying V that I sold him.
Okay.
They didn't go over very well when they first came out, because in 1958 it was too futuristic. But that's what makes the original one so rare and so sought after and valuable.
The original Flying V that you sell to Joe Bonamassa goes for?
Over $250,000.
$250,000. Are each of them? He's got 2.
Yes.
Each of them,
yes.
So this is the secret stash. This is where they're...
These are mostly our memorabilia and celebrity-owned guitars here. There's some stuff from Tom Petty, Melissa Etheridge. There's a bunch of stuff from Los Lobos, Richie Sambora. I've got a bunch of stuff from Richie.
Oh, dude, this is awesome.
You know, Incubus. And then these are like really, you know, high-end acoustic guitars and electric guitars. Just some really spectacular stuff.
How do you end up with a guitar like that? Do you go find it, or does it come, does it find its way to you?
Now, a lot of stuff finds its way to me, but in the old days, I would fly all over the country buying collections, going to trade shows. I never let any lead kind of go unfollowed.
Right, right, right.
This is probably my prime piece that I think is really, really cool. This was Tom Petty's guitar that he used out on tour with Bob Dylan in '87. All this stuff I've gotten directly from the artist, so it's not like hearsay gotten from somebody else that it's supposedly. These are bona fide and documented and all that.
So how long have you been in business?
I've been in business here since 1975, in this location since 2000. A lot of it came by accident. I was in a band and I was mainly a Hammond organ player, and I had 2 guys that played guitar and bass, and they switched off on bass, but neither one of them had a bass. I found an ad in the newspaper where this guy was selling an old Fender jazz bass. I ended up buying it and saying, listen, I'll learn to play bass and I'll buy it and you guys can switch off in the meantime. And it turned out all these people in town were like going, well, how much you want for this thing? And I kind of put 2 and 2 together and figured out I can actually make money buying and selling this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. When do the movies come into the picture? You provided instruments for a lot of different movies.
Bound for Glory with David Carradine. And that was the first one. And then we did Back to the Future was another one.
Yeah, oh, awesome.
1 and 2, actually, you know.
So this shirt actually looks really familiar.
Well, this particular shirt was worn by Jason Segel in the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And he wore this shirt for about 20 minutes in the movie. Actually, this shirt over here is from the movie Spinal Tap. This was actually the first shirt we ever had that was in a movie.
Provide instruments for Spinal Tap?
Yeah, we supplied all the instruments to Spinal Tap.
Speaking of Spinal Tap, I mean, is this a replica as well? Or?
No, this is actually, this was their actual prop in their live show. And it's signed by all the guys at Spinal Tap.
Yeah, wow, this is incredible.
Yep.
Is this everything, or is there sort of like your secret stash?
Well, I have a warehouse where I have about 600 guitars, and then I have about another couple hundred guitars in the back.
Yeah.
And my manager, Mark, does this thing called Guitar of the Day every day. And Mark generally pulls something out of the back, and we kind of do a little history on the guitar, talking about the guitar, and then Mark comes out and he demos the guitar and kind of shows people what it sounds like and how it plays.
Do you have a favorite?
There's so many, it's like children, you know, you can't have a favorite, but there's a number of them. I mean, I like ES-335s. I just Stratocaster is the most popular guitar ever made in terms of electric. We've got a lot of really important acoustic guitars as well.
value and rarity tied together? I mean, is the rarest guitar the most valuable?
Not really, but it's more about supply and demand. If it's rare and there's, you know, more than one person who wants it, that's what drives the price up. And these prices are not just made up off the top of my head. There's vintage guitar stores and collectors all over the world, and these values are pretty well known.
Yeah. Well, this is a super impressive place, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day, showing us around.
That's all I got.
Wow, this is beautiful. What would something like this go for?
Oh, about 90,000 bucks.
$90,000?
It's a 1928 00045. It's one of the coolest Martins on the planet.
Yeah, it's really nice.
You can hold it, it's okay.
You know what? $90,000.